Good evening, patrons.
Hi, guys.
It's me, Taliesin.
And me, Evitel.
And you, the patrons,
Hey.
for another in the world-famous series of Q&A.
The Q&A.
T&E Q&A.
Q&A.
And we're back.
T&D Q&A.
We're back with a jumper and a microphone and a camera and a little bit of beer.
A little tiny beer.
This is what I'm drinking. What are you
This
drinking?
episode is brought to you by Haribo.
You are drinking the Haribo. You pretty much are, to be honest.
I wish this
They're
episode
really
was
nice.
brought to you by
Can I
Haribo.
have them? Welcome. This was a rad idea. Don't know why we did this. We have got some questions to answer. Only about 100 more.
No way.
Before the initial batch of questions is over. So I want you to know, apart from that little bit that we just did, which was a bit kind of on a tangent already, no tangents today.
None.
Not a single little one.
Not a one.
I'm making note of the time.
Yes.
And we're going to be good. All is going to be well.
Okay.
It's going to be the most efficient. And when it's done, people will be like, you know what I love about T&E? Apart from, their T's boyish charm and winning smile, apart from that, what I love is how efficient they are. They're like German engineering.
Yeah.
If BMW made YouTubers, T&E is what they would be. That's a fact. Just efficiency.
Yeah.
No mucking, no chaff. All killer, no filler.
Yeah.
That's what we are. So the first question, see, right on with it. No jokes, no jokes. We are here. Is from Crystal Rose. I have to reach over you. Do you want to be in control of the mouse?
I can be in control.
Okay, cool.
Crystal says, I don't know. I think the save the date cards are semi-relevant. Last time we had a Q&A, I asked if you had any idea when the wedding would be. I figure you probably wouldn't give us an exact date on YouTube, but maybe you could give us a month or a season, or if it's not in 2018, a year. Should we start with this?
Yes,
part
I
of
think
the
we've
question?
said this already, but it's in July.
Yeah, we're getting married.
I could even tell you the date. It's July the 8th.
July the 8th.
Yeah. I think we said that on a video.
I think
and it's in London as well.
Yeah.
I think that you could pretty much find out. Like it must. It's probably
show
the only. It's probably the only wedding happening in London nowadays. So you could pretty much easily track it down. And we'll see you there.
I'd be like, hey, buy us a drink and stuff.
Yeah,
and
that'd be awesome. But we're not going like far out to some country house or something. No. It's a London wedding.
Yeah.
What's next?
What's next? And I know I was referred to as the crazy girl who had a ton of WoW stuff in her wedding, even though I only said I had a few things. But have you looked on the internet? There are weddings with way more WoW stuff in it than I had. Like full WoW-themed weddings with fake weapons, and one where the bride and groom dressed up as Tyrande and Varian.
Was that couple Japanese by any chance? Or Chinese, probably?
Maybe.
Yeah, because I think we have seen that wedding.
Oh, I think we
have gone through some pretty excellent WoW-themed
yeah, and he's like
weddings.
kneeling down with his sword. I think I have seen that.
And the swords are huge. They are proper cosplay swords. No mucking around.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. And they did supply. Now, something I would take from that wedding is they supplied weapons to their guests.
That's adorable.
To, like,
we're definitely going to give everyone like flails.
Weapons.
And
I'm not sure that's going to
just to get the party started.
I don't think we are actually allowed because of where we're getting married.
Oh no, we're not.
I think it's like actually genuine, and it's actually listed.
We'll tell you guys later.
Yeah,
but there's
after
very
we've had the
specific
wedding,
things that are not allowed where we are having our wedding, and they will blow your mind.
And yeah, exactly. And like the fact that this place has to say, by the way, no weapons.
It's like you know that it happened.
But alas, it's not a WoW themed wedding. But I would feel weird
I'm not
if there
done
wasn't
with this question.
even the slightest little kind of.
There will be a small thing somewhere along the way.
Yeah.
We'll start playing like the
I wanted
soundtrack
to have
or
like
something.
the W of wedding to be the WoW W, but you didn't let that happen on the invites.
No. Anyway, definitely a weird shipping there. Anyway, last time I asked, you seemed to be pondering maybe adding one or two WoW elements to your wedding/reception. Do you think you will, or will it be WoWless? Or maybe you'll bring the big play button as decor, or cake topper. Taliesin seems rather fond of it.
I don't know what you're talking about. But now, this one?
No.
Is it this one they're talking about?
Can you see it?
It can't be this one.
Can you see it?
We can't take that one to the wedding, much as I'd love to, because the insurance doesn't cover it. So I wouldn't take it anywhere it's not insured, frankly. Although I would quite like all of the wedding photos to have that in. You know when you have the wedding photos and you have like the wedding party and stuff? It's like me and the girls, me and the boys,
and
us,
the play button.
And the
but
play
the play
button.
button should be like a space, like, you know, when you have everyone lined up and the play button has its own space.
Yeah.
That's not going to
Is the play button giving a speech in the reception?
I'm not even done reading this question
We won't take
yet.
it out. We'll have it as a watermark on all the photos, like in the corner.
It continues. I kid. Anyway, congrats. So excited for you. The save the dates are lovely, and maybe after the wedding, us patrons can get a pic of the wedding dress.
100%.
Or even a pic of the happy couple.
I haven't seen the wedding dress yet, actually, and maybe, I mean, obviously I haven't seen the wedding dress because, you know, I'm not allowed because I'm the man of the wedding. I am the wedding man, and the wedding man isn't allowed to see
the
wedding woman's dress. But I have seen a couple that you no-no'd.
Oh, yeah.
And
This
that
has
you could
been
move.
so much fun.
Yeah, because you've bought like 3 different dresses and then like sold them on.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. And I've seen those ones once you decided you didn't want them.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen the actual wedding dress. So...
Or maybe you have.
No, I haven't.
No,
you wouldn't
haven't.
let that
I
happen.
wouldn't.
I know you. I've met you. But I'm thinking maybe Jane of Proudmoore?
Yeah, a little bit.
Like,
a little bit.
kind of bondagey?
Buckles and...
Like bondaged up arms
Oh, yeah,
and
just
stuff?
like one big
Cool.
glove.
Yeah, on your right hand, so you can still fit the ring on your left. It's perfect!
And the ring's going to be like a giant gold Warcraft style, like, huge.
What, the one ring that's
Yeah.
represented in graphics in
Yeah,
the game, which
yeah.
is like, it's just a
just-
round
yeah,
circle
yeah.
stuck to your finger. Yeah, that's what we'll do. No,
No.
for patrons, guaranteed
Oh,
you're
yeah,
going to be
you'll
getting
get
like
ton
photos
of
of the
photos
day
and stuff.
like that.
Yeah.
Because we'll probably just tweet out to the general public a photo, but
Yeah.
you guys, you're going to get the inside
get the
scoop,
full
obviously,
set.
because we know you're not weird. And well, apart from crazy wedding lady, she is. No, we love you. And you will get like a proper photo diary and stuff like that. You know? Something to look forward to.
Something to look forward to. So, next question comes from...
Ryan Collins. And he says, congrats, guys. What would each of you consider to be your favourite and least favourite music pieces from the game? What kinds of music do you two enjoy outside the game? What's your least favourite music piece from the game?
That's a really good question. I really don't like... There's some like spooky night elf. Oh, the one that goes. It's in early zones, and oh god, how do you do it? It's I think it might even be in like the Forsaken starting zone.
Yeah, how can you dislike
But it's
any
just
of that
good.
music?
Just because like
do 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 do. Oh no, that's
No,
Morgan. That's the Morgan
no.
zone. Sorry.
no, it goes like do do do. It's like very spooky.
I know the one you mean.
Yeah.
What, so you don't like that one?
It's like cave music. Yeah, I'm not really into it.
What a strange choice.
Yeah.
Everyone loves that zone. Everyone loves that music.
Yeah,
What's wrong with you?
I'm not really into it.
Oh, wow.
What don't you like?
I can't even think. I can't think of any music that I don't like. I mean, there is some. The music that I don't like with WoW is when I feel it's being needlessly bombastic.
Okay.
I kind of feel like that's when I don't like WoW in general.
Yeah.
Like if like a cinematic is overly bombastic or something like that when it just didn't need to be.
Yeah.
I'm a bit like,
Okay.
and it's the same with music, like because Warcraft does bombastic music really, really well. Like the Anduin music.
Yeah.
Oh, it's incredible. Remember the
Really
first time
good.
you heard that? When it came, like, when like they just released the Legion login screen
Yeah.
with all the music and stuff, and so we just went on YouTube and listened to it all. And when it goes into that Anduin music, and you're just like, that is awesome.
Same
So
with
epic.
the Zuldazar music.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
incredible. Like,
Yeah.
and when it's doing it for a reason, it's really, really cool.
Yeah.
Sometimes the bombasticity
too-
feels a bit out of place, and that's when I feel like it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I feel like it kind of got there a little bit in Cataclysm in some moments. Some moments which were amazing, like the da 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 da. That's really cool.
Yeah. Love that.
Yeah. But favourite is easy. It's Grizzly Hills.
See, I love Grizzly Hills, but there's so many other
shocking me.
so much
You're
other music I
amazing
love.
me tonight.
Like love. So this is the pie. Love is like almost all of the pie, and then don't love is just like a tiny finger of the pie.
If that.
If
It
even that,
sprinkles
it's
on
literally
top.
it's
Because they do such a good job, and like the music is something you guarantee every single time it's going to be off the chart, off the scale. Like it never lets you down.
It's legitimately good and brilliant.
Do you know what? I think I understand what you're saying, and I think I'd probably maybe agree. Like spooky music.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and sometimes it's like spooky. It's sometimes it's done really well, but there's some in particular that I think are in like early kind of starting zone levels. Can't remember where exactly. I'll find it.
Yeah.
I'll find it.
TBD. Seed. That.
What kinds of music do you two enjoy outside of the game?
What was the last gig we went to?
We saw Bon Iver.
We did, just like a week and a half ago.
He was awesome.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. And I am qualified to say that World of Warcraft has good music because I play the violin and...
To a high standard.
To a high standard. I play with an orchestra and I love classical music as well. So like I often will remember like a WoW theme and I'll be like, oh, is that like that's the bit in the Stravinsky with the, and I'm like, oh no,
they did
that's
that a lot
literally...
in BC, didn't they? In Burning Crusade, there's a lot of like
there's a bit of Chopin
lifts.
in there. There's lots of borrowing, and I love that. I get really excited about that.
Yeah.
What other music do you like?
I like folk music.
Yeah.
I think that's why I like Grizzly Hills.
Yeah.
It's so folky.
It's
so
very
rootsy,
folky.
and that's why I love Kultiris and why I love Drustvar and Borealis, because it's so folky and like wickery and like earthy.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Like
It's
I feel
really
like someone's
cool.
going to do a really dark Morris dance all the time. Like
really dark.
100%. Like, and we've been saying this from the beginning with all the exploring we've been doing on Alpha. Kultiris is such an incredible set.
So cool.
And now with Storm Song, Storm Shield, Storm Sword Valley, Storm something Valley, the third zone which has opened up in the last couple of days, even more. Oh gosh, so good.
Yeah, it's so cool.
So good. Like,
it has that hint of kind of like I was gonna say Wicker Man, not Wicker Man, Witcher, like kind of Witcher style, like high dark fantasy.
Yeah.
But you can never go all the way with that because it's Warcraft, so it's always going to be like a little bit cartoony, but it's still really, really good.
So I like folk music. I play the Melodian, which is, if you have been watching this channel for a long time, you might remember the intro to one of the hot fixes that we did where you were playing violin and I was playing the Melodian. It's like an accordion, but whereas an accordion has in English, maybe it's different in American English because I know accordion can mean a melodian in America as well. But for us, an accordion has a keyboard like a piano, and then like bass buttons down here up to about 120, whereas a melodian just has buttons on either side and many less buttons, and therefore the note that you're playing changes whether you're pushing or pulling the bellows. So it's like it works. It's a reed instrument. It works like a mouth organ, but big with buttons. It's great. It's so folky,
so cool.
So great, and I love it. I like that kind of stuff.
Apart from that stuff, what's the latest album that you've been listening to that you like?
The latest album that I've been listening to that I like is the one that you got me for Christmas, which was a vinyl of not even really music, literally just atmosphere sounds from Skyrim.
But on vinyl.
On vinyl.
It's really beautiful.
So we put it on our D&D nights, and you're like, guys,
excuse
we
me,
have got just the right. Because it's a vinyl, it only plays like 20 minutes on each side. And you're like, sorry, I just got to go up and turn over the ambience. Or I could just start the ambience again. No one's going to know. And in the end, we just put it on YouTube, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We did.
Yeah. But it's great. It's great. But I wouldn't count that as some of my favourite music.
But
ambience from Skyrim.
It's great.
No, it's great.
I love the music from Skyrim.
Okay, but if someone asks me what my favourite music is, I'm not going to go
you're not gonna
ambience
say
from Skyrim.
Maybe.
Because
Jeremy Soule is really good.
Jeremy Soule didn't do the ambience.
Well, it's ambience
but you're
with
right.
some music thrown in there, so I'm sure he was.
There is the odd kind of
whisper.
It can't be that much though, because royalties. What's the next question?
Next question is, OMG, one of our patron perks has to be one of those cards. You guys look great. Grats and about time. What we could do,
is
when
it might
we get
cost
married,
a lot to send them out to you.
When we get married, maybe we can get like a nicer picture of us. and send...
What, nicer than our wedding day?
No, nicer than the one that's on our Save the Date.
Oh, right, okay, cool.
And then if people are interested, we can just send it to them.
Yeah.
Is that weird?
Totally. Yeah, we'll just send it out to 900 patrons who are scattered all over the world.
Those who request, maybe we can try to send or email.
Yeah, totally. Okay, great. We'll fax it to you. We'll fax it to you, right? Dan, we'll fax it to you.
It's just an idea.
Send us your fax number, and we'll send it. Do you know you can do that? It's like sending an actual letter, but through a phone line.
No.
It's called a fax.
Get out.
Yeah. They're new. Dylan Proctor says, super congrats, you guys look gorgeous, if ever so slightly more than usual. Oh. I was wondering if you guys had considered doing some form of collaboration with Lorewatch or Blizzard Watch. I don't know much in the way of the history of the WoW content creator community, but it seems like there are some people you could have great fun with. Lorewatch is my actual favourite podcast.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, every 2 weeks I'm always listening to that, and always have done since way before we ever made the channel. And I would go as far as to say when Blizzard Watch started, when their other website went down the pan, it was one of the main inspirations, that and the Instance, for us even starting the channel, to be honest, because I was listening to both of those a lot during WOD. And yeah, my goodness, I'm pretty sure no one who works on Blizzard Watch knows who we are.
No.
Genuinely. They've kind of, like, it's really weird. They're so old school. They've got their own thing going on.
Yeah.
So they either don't know who we are, or they just hate us and are too polite to say anything.
Maybe.
It's probably that, actually.
Yeah.
But genuinely, they do the best, like, speculation. Because I feel like
they know their stuff.
Yeah, the YouTube community's got some crazy speculation going on at the moment, and some of it is really good, and some of it is just kind of way out there, and kind of like it feels like it's just being made up on the spot a little bit. Because it's so easy when you do YouTube to get really excited about stuff. Whereas Blizzard Watch, their lore podcast is based in so much actual lore. It's not just, hey, this would be a great idea. It's like, this is based on something that I've thought of. And they're just great. I love them. Yeah. So I don't think they've ever done a collaboration with anyone, really. Now I think about it, I never hear them guesting on like any other shows or anything like that.
No, I think they kind of have their thing.
Yeah. I guess it's just so much work to keep that website going.
Probably.
Well, we wouldn't say no. We hardly ever do, to be honest. What's next?
Next one is from Prevent, which says, your wedding day will come and go, but may your love forever grow. I wish you a lifetime of happiness. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, that's
sticky out tongue face.
That's so nice.
Cheers.
Sticky out tongue face. Yeah. Oh yeah, sticky out tongue face. Cheers.
I think it was meant a bit cheekier than that. Congrats, T&E. Love the picture. Do you ever plan...
Yeah, it's there.
I think you're using the one...
No.
Yes. Congrats, T&E. Love the picture. Do you ever do or plan to do live streams of raids or other content with viewers, fans, patrons? We have talked about this as well. Live streams for us are kind of off the table at the moment.
Yeah.
Just because of the processor. It used to be because we had a very bad internet connection.
Now we have the best internet.
Oh, it's so good. We pay so much for it.
I know.
We pay like all the money for it. And it's like a sizable chunk of our rent to have this. But it's so good because it uploads videos really, really quick. It's great. Yeah. However, processing videos and playing games and stuff is still an absolute hell because
this machine needs an upgrade.
For those who know what I'm talking about, this machine that we're recording this on right now is running like a low-grade i5 processor, which it just can't cope with live streaming, I'm afraid. And those of you who have joined us in live streams that have got heavy, with lots of people joining in and stuff on screen and what have you.
It's not working, is it?
Yeah, we can just about manage like dungeons and stuff, but as soon as it gets a bit more than that,
it gets
and people complain because it starts juttering and stuff.
Yeah,
so we've yet to try running it through the laptop, which has a much better processor. And I've got a feeling that might be a good thing to do, like run the game on this system, but then stream it on that system. Haven't actually tried that yet because we've been so busy.
Yeah.
Sort of, you'll see, last week we only got one video out. It looks like we're only going to get the weekly reset out this week. Because I don't want to risk trying another video and getting caught out with weekly reset like last week.
Yeah.
So, because I think the script... Anyway, But yeah, I'd love to do some live streaming, and
Yeah.
it would obviously be with viewers and patrons.
Totally.
Because I want that. I want some of that streamer privilege, man. I want to
Yeah.
go into like raids full of like people watching, and I want them to funnel me all the sweet loot for all my alts.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want that streamer privilege.
I want all them sweet Twitch subs.
And I want to get them to run Siege of Ogorah with me like 100 times a day, trying to get Tusks of Mana off. And when we get them, someone gives them to me because I'm the streamer.
Yeah.
Because I am Taliesin,
No.
and I get the
No.
Tusks of Mana off.
No
That's how it
way.
works. That's how Asmongold got his.
Really?
I want them. I want them. I'm running that raid like 10 times a day at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I ever get them, which is not seeming likely.
No.
If I do ever get them, though, I will do a video showing you my farm technique, because I've got it down to 4 minutes for
Wow.
a kill.
Sick farm
So
technique,
it
bro.
takes under an hour to do my 10 kills a day, but
Okay.
it's still 10 kills a day.
God.
Oh yeah.
Whew.
Also, I believe both of you played on European and American servers. Is there any noticeable difference when it comes to the people, the play, the chat, and conversations you encounter? What do you think? You played on... No, we both played on American servers.
Yeah,
for
we both did for
probably
a little
longer
while.
than European servers.
Yeah.
All in all, but I feel like I've played more on European servers.
I think it depends on your guild and the time you're playing and your server. Because my memories of playing on a US server were of having a lot of like teenage boys in trade chat.
Where it's so different from
It's
that
a
on
little
Argent
different,
Dawn EU.
and I know it depends exactly. And it's probably because I was on like I was on like Stag Helm or whatever. I was on
Yeah.
like a default server where everyone is like plopped, or was at the time. And I remember I didn't really interact with people in, obviously not in trade chat, but like I generally didn't really chat with people. Whereas, I mean, I'm biased now because I really like Argent Dawn, and I
Dawn's
really
amazing,
like
isn't
our guild. So it feels just a little more, has that little like European flavour. No, it doesn't.
No,
It's
elaborate.
just
Explain. What does that mean?
it's just different. I mean, I had an experience a little while ago where I was in like a pug, and we were waiting for people to like join our group. And while we were waiting, this conversation started between two people who were like, "Oh man, really got to do my math homework," and the other one's like, "Yeah, man, me too. Doing this thing in calculus," and the other person was like, "Shit, man, me too. I'm doing the same thing. Where are you?" And he's like, "Iceland." They're like, "Me too. Wait." And then they weren't in the same city, but they were both
that's a shame.
doing like the same math class in the same grade level in
Wow.
Iceland at the same time. And there's a moment. And then the pug fell apart because we didn't have enough people. And I was like, bye. But I was like, wait.
I want to see how this ends.
I want to see this.
With a new study group.
Yeah.
A new Icelandic study group.
And that was,
Wow.
and it's maybe because I wasn't like really tapped into the game as much.
I think it's a really unfair comparison because
Yeah.
I play the game in such a different way
Yeah, exactly.
now than I used to. Like I was in a guild on the US server,
Mm-hmm.
but and sorry if you've heard this story before, but it was a guild made up because of the times that I could play. And even then I had to get up in the middle of the night to play.
Mm-hmm.
But it was made up of old ladies and servicemen abroad and
Yes.
stuff. So it was a very disparate kind of
Yeah.
thing. And it was great fun. It was cool. But yeah, I play the game in such a better way now.
Yeah.
On the EU.
E-
And that's why I
exactly,
swapped over to the
exactly.
EU servers so I could do that as well. And it was a really difficult thing to do.
Yeah, worth it though.
Totally worth it. Yeah, would highly recommend it.
Yeah.
If you're in a position where you can't be in a guild and have that element of the game because of the server that you're on,
Yeah.
even if it means changing from US to EU or vice versa, where you literally have to start again because
Yeah.
they're like different entities, give it some thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, the main difference I see in that case, because obviously for the weekly reset we do a lot of the reading the forums,
Oh yeah.
the US and EU battle nets are very different.
Yes, they
The
are.
forums are really, really
They
different.
really are.
Because the US one is basically all about flying. All of the time. Like, guaranteed,
so
whatever has
salty
happened
about
that
flying.
week, whatever has happened, you go onto the US forums and it's just like, BFA Pathfinder, what needs to happen. And it's just like, dudes, like, and the thing is, because they talk about it so much,
Yeah.
and we all know how Pathfinder's going to work in BFA.
We do.
It totally does. And like, it's going to happen. They're going to be like,
It's just this fixation.
no, we told you what to do.
G-quit! Rage
Seriously,
quit!
and
Quit this game!
It feels like there's a lot more rage on the US forums
A little bit,
than there is
a
on the
little bit,
EU ones.
a
Like,
little bit.
I always start in the EU forums because it's the one that the servers take me to automatically.
Mm-hmm.
On this computer, if I'm looking at my laptop, it takes me to the US one for some reason.
Oh.
Yeah, which is really strange. So I often just start on the EU, and that's the one that's on my phone as well. But then, if I want some fun and some salt, I usually hitch a ride to the US and have a little look around there. And there is
That's what we're good for.
There's loads of salt on the EU forums as well. But
That's true.
It tends. I think the main difference is when the US servers complain about stuff, they do it from the point of view. When the EU servers complain about stuff, they do it from the point of view of the game,
right,
and players of the game. And when the US servers forums complain about stuff, they do it from the point of view of consumers.
Yeah.
And that's like often
that's a good
the
point,
view
actually.
they take.
And
like
talking about Blizz and Warcraft as a business model. And how,
absolutely. And the EU servers will be like, this is a terrible thing. And like they're overreacting like everyone does on the internet. And they go, this is terrible. You're ruining the game that I play. And then Americans will go, this is terrible. You're ruining the game that I pay to play.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
Yeah, and like that's
maybe
what I would say
that
the main
says something
difference is.
about our varying nations,
Yeah.
peoples. Maybe,
Yeah,
maybe,
I don't know.
maybe.
Anyway,
Anyway,
you pick that one apart. I'm just making the observation, and I'm probably wrong anyway. It's just what I noticed.
So tooth pinch. Khadgar is the best man and Velen is the officiator.
I wouldn't let Khadgar anywhere near my wedding.
Yeah.
No way.
Champion.
Yeah, exactly. He'd send me off on a quest,
Yeah.
like 5 minutes before the thing is supposed to start. And I can't say
And
no
then
to
I'd
Khadgar.
get married to Khadgar.
I can't say no to Khadgar.
Neither can I.
Oh, you're not his type, darling.
I know. I could be.
Really? Is this a conversation we need to have? But Velen officiating, you could do a lot worse, can you? Mm-hmm. Although he'd probably be all like whiny.
He'd be a little bit serious.
He'd be so sad,
but
wouldn't
then
he?
That's fine. A
Be
little
like,
bit of gravity.
We
is
are
okay.
gathered here today for a happy occasion, unlike the last time we were gathered together to destroy my world that I hadn't seen for 20,000 years, and then when I did see it, we basically blew it up and definitely zapped it through a portal.
Yeah, it would be like that, wouldn't it? It would be like that,
We might think twice about that. We're going to think about that and get back to you.
Yeah.
Next question. We are rattling through these. I told you, we're doing brilliant work. We're probably the best question answer. I don't think there's anyone else on Patreon who answers questions as efficiently as us.
Not
who like, do you know what I love
one.
about us? Is that we pinpoint the important part of the question and we get there. No mucking around.
Right.
We
there.
answer it. Question, answer, move on. I'm over it.
Boom.
See you tomorrow.
That's it. So.
You can read this one.
Oh, well,
you're nearer the screen. Like my eyes are actually hurting a bit.
Your beverage.
Yeah, I do
okay.
actually.
Einar Schellen. That picture made me well happy. So, question: how did you find the process of entering the UK, Evitel? I'll answer this one right away.
Read the story.
My fiance and I are planned to be married on the 2nd of June. And as of now, the plans are to move to Glasgow. I'm Swedish. She's American. What are your keep in minds? What affected you the most moving to the UK? And Taliesin, what do we need to know about the Scottish? I'll start with my bit. So I actually had a really easy time coming into the UK because I have dual citizenship.
Not UK though.
Not UK. So I have Polish and American citizenship, which is very exciting. And once we get married, I'm going to get UK citizenship. So I'm basically just a spy.
You're going to be like a trinity.
Yeah.
You're going to be like a nation trinity.
Just at the border, just like which one would you
Yeah.
like? Which one do you want me to be?
Because that's when the UK were obviously proudly part of the EU.
Yeah,
So you could just be here as much as you wanted.
Exactly. And I definitely, I graduated and I did some more studying and some stuff. And I came here and I was like, I'm going to take advantage of this and live here as long as I can.
So we don't do politics on this show, and we're not going to start now.
No.
If it wasn't for the EU, whatever you may think of it,
That's true.
and I get there are arguments on either side.
Yeah, okay, I see. If the EU didn't exist,
T&E wouldn't exist.
T&E wouldn't exist, we wouldn't have met.
Yeah. So there we go. And if Brexit had happened a couple of years earlier,
Yeah.
we would never have met.
No,
And
yeah,
this
none of
channel,
this- none of
this
this-
video wouldn't exist.
This video...
Which might make you wish you'd voted for Brexit even if you didn't, to be honest. But yeah, so
Yeah. So,
something to dwell on.
yeah, that being said, I know it is tricky, or trickier, for American citizens to come over to the UK and be sponsored and stuff. But if you can...
Yeah, I've known like Canadians who are part of the Commonwealth.
Yeah.
You'd think they should be able to stay, and they
No.
don't. They have to give up like being lawyers and stuff to
yeah.
go home, which is really weird.
It's tough, but I hope you guys have it okay, and I hope everything ends up great, and you end up loving Glasgow.
Yeah, presumably you've got a
Which is a
reason
cool
that you want to move
place.
to Glasgow, and like a way that you'll be able to. Because it is quite tricky, and Glasgow's great.
Yeah,
Glasgow's got
Glasgow's
like
amazing.
a really bad reputation. I was always brought up, which is a bit ironic, really, since I come from Wales, which has got lots of kind of miscommunication about it and a really bad reputation, which
yeah.
it certainly doesn't deserve.
Yeah.
But I was always brought up thinking like Edinburgh was a nice place in Scotland, and Glasgow was a bad place in Scotland. And by the way, those are the only two places in Scotland.
Yeah.
But actually, Glasgow is awesome.
I love Glasgow.
Glasgow is so cool. Glasgow is a lot like kind of what Manchester is like at the moment. It's like not London, but it's this other place which is like really cool and hip, and it's got its complete own thing going on.
It's like a great art school and lots of,
yeah,
like,
it's a really
yeah.
good. I think there's good TV like production happens there and stuff
Ton
as
of
well,
cool
which means
stuff.
yeah, you can have a great time in Glasgow.
Yeah.
But why though?
But why though?
Who cares? Brilliant. We'll
Do
see
it.
you there.
Do
Yeah,
it.
Glasgow's great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good luck. Congratulations. Do we get some photos of your wedding?
Hey.
That'd be awesome, especially if you're doing it
we'll
in like.
show you ours if you show you yours, us your.
Look, we've got a community tab.
I'm tired.
I've seen it. I've seen the community tab. I've written on it sometimes. Put your photos of your wedding in the community tab on our Patreon, please.
And we'll do ours.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ryan Longacre. I'll be honest, after the behind the scenes video with Belila, I'm thinking he should officiate with his O and O's.
Oh.
I don't think we've invited him to the wedding, have we? We have invited some WoW people
Well, related people. But
to
not.
the wedding, and also to the reception afterwards as well.
Yeah.
But we were supposed to be doing like a big WoW thing just a couple of days afterwards, but I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to do it.
Yeah.
It's
We're gonna be busy getting married and
yeah,
stuff.
and going on mini moon.
Yeah. a mini honeymoon.
Yeah, mini moon like a week after the wedding, before our actual honeymoon of like a year after the wedding.
Yeah.
That's how people have to do it
That's
these
how
days.
people do it.
We can't afford a house. We can't afford a honeymoon. All of these things will have to happen later.
It's okay.
But we have got a Brita water filter, which was not cheap.
Is amazing.
And it's pretty much the most middle class thing that's ever happened. I say it wasn't cheap, it's like 12 quid. But still, for a bottle that you put water in, that's quite a lot of money. Anyway, no one cares about the Brita. I do.
No.
It's like the best thing that's ever happened. I've
It's
drunk like
very
6
good.
glasses of water
It makes
today
a big
from my
difference.
Brita water filter.
Our water here is very hard and lime scaly, which I'm not used to.
It's very true. And actually, people in London, we all have Brita water filters, not even for drinking out of, for literally filling the kettle with.
Yeah.
Because like the water is so lime scaly,
Yeah,
it just clogs up your kettle.
Not gonna lie, when I got my hair done a couple months ago, weeks ago, whatever, the hairdresser literally washed the ends of my hair in bottled water.
Really?
Yeah, he did.
So as not to use the hard London stuff.
Yeah, he was like, I'm gonna try and experiment. I'm like, okay. And he's like, the water's really bad here, so I'm gonna just use my bottled water on your hair. And I was like, you know what? Avian, that's really nice.
Wow.
I can't afford to do that, but yeah, but he literally did that.
Are you familiar with the London gin epidemic of the 19th century?
I am. Are our viewers familiar with the London gin epidemic of...
I don't know, Evertel, but they're about to be.
Excuse
So
me as
in
I-
Victorian London, there was a genuine gin epidemic, as in, like, they had to make gin illegal because everyone was just smashed on gin literally the whole time. Because A, it was cheaper than water, gin, cheaper than water, and B, it was safer than water as well. Because water was all full of cholera and, like, bad shit and stuff like that, whereas gin was just full of lovely, warm goodness. And obviously, you can see, like, wood carvings and lithographs and stuff from the time. Like, showing these outrageous, like, slums where people were just toothless London gin-swilling crones. And yeah, it was, like, the working class, but it affected, like, all areas of society. But, like, unfortunately, like, most things in Victorian times, the working class was kind of created in the modern sense in Victorian times. So it just, like, swept through them, destroyed them. And they actually had to make gin illegal.
That's amazing.
To stop people drinking it. But then you come to London and you drink this horrible water, which is disgusting, and you're like, God, yeah, I understand why they just drank gin the whole time.
And I also get why there are so many gins produced here, which are really nice.
Yes, seriously.
Okay, I see.
Oh, the gin epidemic. Yeah, well, London still does the best gin.
Yeah.
London does some excellent gin, in fairness. It's really, really good. And gin is, like, big at the moment. Gin is, there's lots of, like,
I've always loved gin.
bespoke gins
I would
these
say
days.
gin is one of my favourite alcoholic beverages.
I'd say it's my favourite spirit.
My favourite spirit.
Easily.
Let's put it that way.
But that's because I'm a Londoner.
A.
I'm a Londoner, I'm not the Fonz. A. I love the gin. I don't know why the Fonz just became your dad.
We're just not getting it today.
No one on Happy Days drank gin. They just drank smoothies and milkshakes. Alex says, oh, there. Y'all stupidly gorgeous. I hope your wedding is an absolutely perfect day. Q. Is there any way to send you fan mail?
That's a really good question. We have received some fan mail before, but it's been kind of tricky.
Yeah. We don't have like a set thing.
Yeah, we don't have like a
I guess these
PO
days
box
we could set up a PO box. It wouldn't be too hard. But since the very beginning, when people have been asking us if they can send sort of stuff, and we looked into setting up a PO box, and I'm sure you all know this, it costs like 30 quid a month.
They're expensive.
And yeah, it would be something that, I mean, okay, fine. Now that we're doing it sort of full time, or I'm doing the channel full time and stuff, I suppose, yeah, we could set up a PO box. We have had people send us stuff, and it's been like on a very personal basis. They've had to get in touch with us and say, "Hey, I got something I want to send you. Where can I send it to?" And in those circumstances, we've worked something out. But we don't have like a standard thing. Maybe we should.
If we set up a PO box, is it one of those things where it's like build it and they will come?
Yeah, but see, my worry is it's not going to be awesome people like Alex sending us like letters and stuff. It's going to be people like
we can open up our mail and we can do like mail opening videos and stuff.
It's just going to be pyromancers sending us.
I love watching those.
It's going to be pyromancers sending us pages from Chronicle with bits like crossed out.
Lies.
All lies. It will just be like red ink and tears all over those pages.
Just little bits of tin.
And bits of poo that he just wiped into it just for us.
No. So I think maybe this is something we can look into doing. If there's an appetite for it. Because I love, we love getting your emails and messages and tweets.
Yeah, very
and
much
Patron
so.
messages.
Actually, you're
and
right. Yeah, totally. That is cool.
And that would be amazing if we could get that in mail too.
Okay.
So,
you know what, Alex? We've always said no. But now you bring it up. Don't really have that much reason to say no. Yeah, so we're going to look into it. Yeah, we might well set that up.
Yeah.
How do I say that name?
Andre?
Crocus?
I'm not sure.
Oh, I thought you might give it a stab because you're bilingual, etc. Give it a stab.
I don't know it.
Give it a shot.
I don't know.
Okay, fine. What do your family and friends think about you having a YouTube channel? My mum is like thrilled.
She loves it.
She thinks it's the best thing ever. She always tells me how much she watches the videos. Like I care.
Yeah. She's like, I put them on and then I watch all of the ads.
Yeah, I watch the ads all the way through.
Oh,
I'm like, thanks, Mum. And actually, genuinely, Mum, thanks for that.
Yeah, thank you.
But she's got she runs a company, and she tweets out all of our tweets
Using
and retweets all of our literally every tweet we do. She retweets on her company Twitter.
Oh, Mama Taliesin.
And I'm like, literally no one that follows your company's Twitter account wants to know what new law video we've bought out or something. No one wants to know that, Mum. And she's like, well, help you with all the views and stuff.
That's so sweet.
I'm like, well, actually, Mum, that is quite good. You are watching the ads all the way through, yeah? Sometimes you can click on them as well, Mum, if you fancy. Don't you guys do this, but my mum, she needs to click on them.
She does. She does.
And my dad as well.
Yeah.
He's always like, I watched the video again. I was like, thanks, Dad. Why?
Oh, it's so sweet.
I know. I think it's just make me feel bad that I don't go and see their work.
No.
I have to travel for that.
Yeah.
What about your parents? What do they think about the YouTube channel?
They don't quite know.
No, because we've kind of lied to them about it, haven't we? Evertel's parents are a little bit, in some ways, not in others, but in some ways, they're a little bit more old-fashioned, maybe, should we say, than my parents. Who are pretty much the least old-fashioned people you could ever imagine.
Yeah.
My parents are kind of exactly like me. They're just a bit, but in their 60s.
Yeah.
So they're just nuts. And they're crazy and they do ridiculous jobs, which are ludicrous and fun. And your parents have their own incredible story.
Oh, yeah.
But in the here and now,
old-fashioned.
they're a bit,
I think
we actually had to lie to them when we moved in together, didn't we?
I think it would really confuse them. But my brother knows about it, and I think he's also confused by it.
Yeah.
Which doesn't give me much hope for my parents.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, whatevs, man.
Yeah.
But my parents watch them all and click on them, so we don't need your parents.
No, exactly.
Kelly Schmidt is, yay, so happy for us too. Thank you, Kelly.
Wicked Symphony says, "Eep! I'm so happy for you. I'll come up with questions for this Q&A later. But for the moment, eep you too. But thank you.
Well, we look forward to answering that
you.
question. And this is so weird because Wicked Symphony almost certainly, if they did leave a question, I'll cut that bit. Oh, no, probably didn't come up on the screen. Sorry, Wicked Symphony, all your details came up on our screen there when I hovered over your name, but I don't think it happened on our screen. I'll check it in the edit. Wicked Symphony wrote this 2 months ago now.
Yes.
And has probably written a question since then.
Probably.
This is so weird. This is like it's like a weird Doctor Who thing. Right.
Frank Lindsay.
So you are finally going to make an honest woman of her. Congrats to you both. Expect hate mail from all of us who now know Evertel's officially off the market. Except I was gonna say, Evertel, show them your ring.
My ring is in the shop. My ring is. Oh my god! Look at how weird and tiny my hand is.
Yeah.
I have really small hands and feet.
It was good because your ring was really cheap because it didn't use much metal.
It was smaller. No,
it's so good.
I'm quite tall, but I have the hands and feet of a child. It's messed up.
That's what I like.
No, my ring's in the shop actually. Because
we went to buy our wedding rings last weekend.
Budged, and I need to readjust the diamond.
Yeah. So while we were at the shop, which is out of town.
Yeah.
Where I bought the engagement ring, we went to get our wedding rings, which are also on order now, and they're getting sent to us next week.
Indeed.
But we put the engagement ring in for surfacing as well.
Yeah.
In fairness, you've had it for like a year and a half.
I know.
We've been engaged for a long time.
I know we have.
Yeah.
I mean, a year and a half isn't like so much for
these days.
Nah.
Okay.
Nah, people do that.
Okay. That wasn't really a question either, was it?
Thank you.
Ha ha ha. No one else asked, when is the invite to your wedding?
Ha ha.
Guys, you're all kind of semi-invited in hindsight.
Yeah.
But we won't be live streaming it.
No.
Which is something my mum genuinely suggested. She's like, you could live stream it. I was like, you don't know what a live stream is, do you? She's like, no, not really. Is that like a 360 thing? I was like, no.
No.
Just keep on clicking the advert. Click on the advert again. Click on it again, Mum. In all seriousness, what are your long-term goals for this channel and your WoW life? Not sure if you mentioned this a little or not. I have a bad memory. I think we've mentioned it in a Q&A of this Q&A. We've never had a long-term goal for the channel.
No.
It's always done on a very short-term basis. We kind of like, you know when you're jogging and it hurts so much. Not at the beginning of the jog where you think you're the best runner in the world. Whenever you start jogging, you're like, this is so easy. I'm so amazing at jogging. Yeah, I could just jog. This is my calling, and then it gets really hard.
Mm-hmm.
But like when you're jogging and you're like, okay, I'm just gonna make it to that lamppost over there,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll think about what I do next.
Well, yeah, exactly, and it's because we've been trying to come up with something that's good. Like, we didn't start this channel being like, okay, here's our business plan for this period of time and this period of time, because YouTube is so unpredictable. You don't know if anything's going to pick up, and we just weren't in that state of mind when we started. It was like, this is fun. Let's do this thing. Maybe eventually we'll have to think about our channel in that way, but at the moment, it's just kind of like, what's good? What can we do? What entertains you?
Yeah.
And if that works, it works.
Yeah. And I think, like, the thing that is, if there's anything different about our channel in, like, the WoW sphere, it was just the style in which it was produced.
Mm-hmm.
And from that, we kind of eventually made 2 different types of video. So now you've got, like, the Warcrafty, like, essay videos, which are kind of like our old school videos. And then you've got the weekly reset as well, which is this whole different thing.
Yeah.
And it's become this whole different entity. And so in the last year, we've launched like that new format and kind of made that work. And I think it really does work.
Yeah.
At the moment. I like it's weekly reset's working well at the moment.
Oh yeah.
And the essay and that kind of like partnership of having an essay video and a weekly reset, preferably 1 each per week.
Mm-hmm.
Is a format which is really working for us at the moment and which we really like.
Yeah.
At the moment, we don't really feel like changing that.
Yeah.
But then we decided to change stuff up, and that's when we came up with the weekly reset.
Yeah.
So we kind of like, hopefully, we'll get a sense of when things need to change.
Yeah.
And then we'll kind of change up. And we've had a lot of different kind of people and companies and stuff asking us to cover like different games and things recently, which I kind of feel like, I don't know if there's, because I was like, well, there's BFA's coming out, and that's a big deal. But then I guess there's never a good time.
No,
because
there's
WoW at
never
the
a
moment
good
is so
time.
like content heavy.
And we won't know if it works until we try. Oh wait, I take that back because we made Overwatch videos and no one watched
We made
them.
but in fairness, like the Overwatch video came out
It
at a
was
time
one of
when
the-
all our videos were only getting like
We're only
8,000
gonna-
views.
That's true.
And that one got 4,000, so we were like, oh.
So yeah, so we might, we'll probably try other stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
You can't do the same thing forever.
At the moment, and I just want to make sure that what we're doing to the best of our ability. And like the weekly reset in particular is, both of those different types of videos have their own challenges. With the essay videos, it's actually having a subject that you really want to talk about in those essay videos, and so it's actually thinking of the entire thing that the video is going to be about, which is the challenge for those. But once you've got that, they kind of write themselves. Whereas the weekly reset, there's always something happening because it's a news show, but it's finding like the more standard video things to put in that and make it not just a news show, make it more of a variety kind of like thing. They're both like incredibly challenging videos to produce, and they take a lot of work and a lot of time. So if we find a way to find ourselves a bit more time, that'll be when we start sort of experimenting with other things. But I'm really pleased with how we decided we needed something like the weekly reset, and we did it.
Yeah.
And it worked.
And it's good.
And that fills me with confidence that we could do that again with something else if we
Totally.
wanted to. That was a long-winded answer. Sorry, everyone. It wasn't very funny, was it?
Okay. Raikal. You two are too cute. Questions. How did you two first meet? I think we've answered this one in this Patron Q&A.
Natural
History Museum in London. Dogs or cats or both?
Okay. Your dogs.
Love dogs.
Really, when it comes down to it.
Oh, yeah. The thing is, I like cats and I will go kitty when I see them. But, like, in my heart of hearts, I love dogs.
And I love cats.
Yeah.
And actually, if you look at us and our relationship, you would be a cat.
I'm the cat.
I'm
the
clearly a dog. So it's obvious that I love cats and you love dogs. I'm a puppy.
Yeah, you're
I get that. I get that. It's fine. I don't mind. I wish I was a cat.
And I'm
I'd love to be a cat.
a selfish,
Cats are so cool.
judgmental cat.
Cats are so cool. Yeah, I often worry that if the flat ever catches on fire, you would just leave without telling them. Like a cat. You just be
knock a couple of glasses off the edge of the table. And then I just
You
kind of
often
walk
do
away.
that?
Yeah.
And I often like just rip up the sofa.
Yeah. Hey! Yeah.
And get really out of breath because I've been bred with tiny lungs for some
Yeah,
reason.
and wee all over the floor.
Yeah,
It's like,
when I get excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I love cats, and I've always had cats.
Yeah.
And my parents weren't
I
big
love
cat
doggos.
people, but we moved into a house when I was younger that had been in the possession of squatters in Hammersmith before we moved to Wales. And it had some mice in the basement, so they bought a cat. Chico.
Oh, Chico.
Lovely, like, black cat. And I remember being horrible to Chico because I was a little kid. Obviously, I was like literally a toddler, so I'd hit him with my plastic sword and stuff like that. But he was so cool. My parents never used to have a baby monitor because this is true. Chico would sleep outside my bedroom, and if I started crying, he would come down and meow at my parents.
Oh,
Genuinely.
that's so sweet.
Because obviously my parents did have a baby monitor at first, but then they realised this was happening.
So like,
And they're like, let's just try not having a baby monitor while we're downstairs. Obviously, when we're in our bedroom, we'll have one.
Yeah.
But he used to literally sleep outside my room and come down and tell them. And
that's
I was
really
like,
sweet.
and he got eaten by a tramp.
That's horrible.
He disappeared one day, and we were like, oh, Chico's disappeared. Well, we live near train tracks, so maybe he got run over by a train or whatever. And I grew up thinking that must have been what happened, or he got eaten by a dog or something. But then, like, about 10 years ago, my parents told me... it may have even been on the same meal time that they told me that my current cat had died while I was away at college. Anyway, there were like loads of cats went missing from that part of town in Hammersmith at that time. And there was like this abandoned house on the edge of the street, like ours had been. Like ours had been squatted in, and this one was kind of abandoned as well. And one day the police raided it because there was this homeless guy like squatting there and like living there, which is awesome, great, well done. It would be better if he wasn't homeless, but if you are and there's an empty house, I don't care. But when they did that, they found all these cat skeletons everywhere because he'd been catching and eating the neighbours' cats. So we're pretty sure that's what happened to Chico.
That's horrible.
Well, it is horrible, but at the same time,
Well, he gave someone a good meal.
Chico
maybe.
would be dead now anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
But if that guy is still alive, and if he wouldn't have been alive if he hadn't eaten my cat, then I wish he hadn't eaten my cat.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But
Me too.
at the same time, if some guy is starving,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
I know
a
what you
moral
mean.
grey
I know what
area,
you
isn't
mean.
it?
I know what you
don't
mean.
know.
I know what you
It's still
mean.
my cat, and he's a great
It
cat.
is your cat.
Yeah.
I love dogs. Dogs are better. They're the best.
Yeah, I like dogs.
I love them. I think I love them too much.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. I think I would be too attached.
Oh, favourite biscuit, and why is it bourbon biscuits?
Bourbon biscuits are very good.
They're so great, aren't they?
They're
Do
amazing.
you get them in America?
I mean, they're the ones with like a little cream in the middle.
Yeah. But I think we're talking specifically chocolate bourbons here.
Oh.
So, you know, the slightly thinner ones,
yeah,
brown ones,
yeah.
which makes me think that Rykel must be British. Because I
Maybe.
don't think you really get them anywhere else.
Maybe. I do like bourbon biscuits.
So good.
I love any kind of biscuit which is something I would call a biscuit and not a cookie. So something that has cream sandwiched between two little biscuits. Because it's not a cookie.
Like a custard cream, like a bourbon. What do you think?
Cream.
What do you think about Nice biscuits? Because I love a good Nice biscuit.
What's a Nice biscuit?
Nice biscuit, like I always thought they're called nice biscuits.
Yeah, 'cause
Obviously,
they're nice
They say
biscuits.
Nissan. No, they say Nissan as well. Like, they're literally imprinted on there as well.
I see.
And they're just really yummy and buttery, and they're just you like
I
Nice
love,
biscuits.
Yeah, I love.
My
pretty
grandparents
much
always used to have Nice biscuits.
any kind of
What do you think of
biscuit.
those ones that have like the little like flies in them, like little currants in them? Thin biscuit. Have you had those?
Oh, I love those.
They're so great. I always forget what they're called though.
Love those.
I think
and
they're
quite
Scottish.
sugary. And
Yes,
they're
they're
quite...
very sugary.
Oh my god, I
They're
love
kind
those.
of like very, very thin biscuity Welsh cakes. Aren't
Yeah, they are a bit. I love like the ginger, like the ones with ginger cream in between them.
Oh, kinky.
No, you know what I
They're
mean.
not called kinky. That's you.
No.
Kinky.
What are they called?
I can't remember either now. Why am I having such a
Ginger crunch? They're like I think they're called ginger. I
But
don't
again, with cream in.
Yeah, there's so many biscuit varieties here, and cookies. Cookies, I would say, when they're just singular, they're cookies. When it's something sandwiching, something between it, I would call that a biscuit.
Interesting.
Maybe that's
What would you
just
call
me.
a Jaffa cake?
A Jaffa cake.
Yeah. It's his own thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Jaffa Cake's my absolute favourite.
I'm a big fan. You know, there's a Polish version of those.
Yeah.
They're really good. They're called Delicia.
I mean, they are good.
They're delicious.
But they're not as good as Jaffa Cakes.
Nah, they're better.
McVitie's Jaffa Cakes. Because I'm not talking like Sainsbury's Own or
Yeah.
Tesco's Own.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because like
classic.
no one does Jaffa Cakes right. I'm not talking like, oh, some posh Jaffa Cake that some coffee shop has made.
No.
Like some
No.
exclusive recipe. I don't care about your exclusive recipe. Give me the McVitie's. Put that on there. It's probably the nicest thing ever committed to
Stuff is
like
good.
chocolate and orange.
It's very good.
I'm gonna have to say Jaffa Cakes.
Nice.
Even though they're technically not a biscuit, they're a cake.
Nice.
Anyway.
Okay, next one.
Yeah, we can do a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otto Schlegel. Why is it so hard to come up with good questions?
Well, Otto. Oh, that's not actually the question. Okay.
Are you going to get a pet?
Do you know what? When we were looking at flats, we were genuinely looking at somewhere where we could have at least a cat.
Yeah.
Because we were looking at 2-bedroom flats for us to live in and for an office as well.
Yeah.
And we were like, we live in central London and we can't really afford a place which is big enough for a dog.
Yeah.
But we could probably get away with a cat. And obviously all the places we're looking at are rentals. We can't afford to buy.
Yeah, exactly. So long as we're not
If
like,
we didn't
super
live in London,
rooted.
we'd have a shot at buying, in fairness. It's just because of where we live. We just can't.
Yeah, we
it's just
can't-
too expensive.
just
Like,
can't do it.
literally, all of the houses on our street, if we wanted to buy this flat, it would cost us £1 million.
Yeah.
And that's not an exaggeration.
Not even that
So we can
good.
rent it.
It's just
like,
London.
it's lovely. It's really
So
nice, but
it's,
it's £1 million. Come on. That's like $10 million.
I would, not quite,
It's
but
like
I
it's
get it.
$1.3 million.
Yeah, it's yeah. So anyway, but yes, eventually, I would like a dog and a cat.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like a dog. You can have a cat.
Yeah.
And
But
maybe we can have-
renting makes it more difficult. I
No,
suppose.
exactly. So yeah, so it's kind of like a future dream for us. Maybe a burb. I like a little burb. Actually, you know what?
What?
A burb.
I think you said a bird. It's like,
Yeah,
I want
that's
a
it.
bird.
Yeah, it's a burb.
Oh, you want a bird?
Yeah, but not. I realize I don't actually need one because I don't know if you guys know, but South London is full of bright green wild parakeets that were set free by the Victorians because they had their pleasure gardens and
Yeah,
stuff.
the Victorians just stole a load of shit from all over
you
the
know,
world.
as they did.
as
You
was
have like
the
a
British
menagerie,
way.
right? You have
They're
your
like-
menagerie.
They kind of went all over the world. They were like, hey, that's nice. Give it to me.
Give it to me.
And they were like, no, we don't want to. It's ours. And,
oh, okay.
And that doesn't just go for the bird. That goes for like this whole country.
Yeah.
And
This
they're like,
continent does
I
not
was like,
belong to you.
well, I don't know if you know, but we've got massive guns. What are your guns like? Not quite as massive, are they? Well, unlucky. Unlucky for you.
So yeah, so I don't need a bird. I can admire them from my window.
Can we go back to you wanting to literally cage a bird for your own pleasure and enjoyment? You want to...
No, it would be free.
But if you wanted a bird pet,
Yeah. No, it would be free.
it wouldn't be a pet then, would it? It'd just
Well,
be a bird. It would just
no.
be literally a bird.
It-
In that
no.
case, you've got a dog. Because there are dogs.
No, but it would be it would be like a homing pigeon or something. That I know would always come back to me. Oh.
Oh, wow.
I love animals.
Um,
Where would you travel if you could do it for free?
Oh.
I would go literally everywhere. And
Yeah.
is there a limit to where I can go?
I think
and how many places
I think
I
we
can
want
go?
one specific place. So it'd have to be somewhere that
One-
we haven't been, I guess, and that would be too difficult to go to. So it'd have to be like, well, we are actually going to Africa.
We are going to
in a couple of
Africa.
months' time.
Yeah.
You're going on a work conference, and I'm just tagging along.
Just
'Cause
coming along.
I've never been to the continent of Africa before.
Yeah.
I've literally never set foot on African soil.
Nope.
And when someone gives you an opportunity to go to a new continent that you've never been to before,
I know, right?
you say yes.
Yeah.
So I said yes. So I'm just going to tag along for 4 days,
I know.
doing literally nothing, literally
sitting
staying in a
sitting
hotel
in a
with
hotel,
nothing
being
to
like,
do.
I am in Africa.
I'm probably not even going to take my laptop because I'll be too scared that it will melt in the Marrakesh sun.
It won't.
So that's. But I've never been to Africa. So I'm just gonna hang around, waiting for you to
will be.
do your thing in the day, and then we'll go out and have fun in the evening.
Yeah, we'll have a great time.
Because you've been there before.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I kind of had a similar feeling actually when I was in Istanbul, and you can like cross the Bosphorus and be in Asia.
Oh, that's so nuts.
That was great. That to me was crazy. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm in Asia now.
Gosh. Well, that'll be the next, I guess.
Yeah, that's next for you.
And then South America last. I don't want to go there. It's just a bit scary, isn't it? It's a bit crazy.
Yeah, I'd like to go. I'd love to go there.
Oh, it's amazing. Like, I want to go everywhere in the world.
Yeah, I would want to go everywhere in the world. So,
But what I'm saying is, like, we're going to Marrakesh this year, and then hopefully going to Japan for our honeymoon.
Yes.
So that
proper honeymoon.
only leaves South America that I haven't been to. You know, so that'll have to be next.
Yeah.
Awesome.
If I could go anywhere for free, I would like to do a trip that takes me on the Trans-Siberian Railway.
Oh, yeah.
And then I go to China, and then I go to Cambodia, and then I go to India, and then I go just pretty much everywhere.
Yeah. I'd probably go
that's my trip. That's my free trip.
My free trip would probably be Pennsylvania next Christmas.
Yeah.
Because it was pretty pricey this year. Gets a bit much every single year to
Back
see
home
your
to visit the
parents.
parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind it being free just once.
Yeah.
1 year. That'd
Yeah.
be pretty cool.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Are you going to diversify your video game portfolio and make videos of other games?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Monthly random stream games.
Do you know what I've been playing a lot of recently? I know you know because I've been hogging the Switch.
Oh my god! I can't even get my Mario Kart fix now.
I know, you got in the right strop with me the other day as well.
I know.
Because I was playing Stardew Valley.
Oh my god, just keep it away.
I know. I've only played it for like 2 days solid, in fairness. But that was
out
a
of
solid
those 2
2
days,
days.
it was like 23, like 47 hours.
Yeah, because that's like exactly the kind of game that I used to play when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
Like all that SimCity, like farming stuff, but with modern. And actually, do you know what? Stardew Valley, I poo-pooed it and I snorted at it. There's a lot of gameplay in Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
There's a lot of attention to detail. There's a lot of really nice touches in that game, which don't need to be there, but are, and that's why it's a great game. I'm probably pretty much done with it now. Now I got my horse.
You got your horse.
I got my horse. Aww. It's so good. You go so fast. You get on and you're like. But the thing is,
have you gotten a pig yet?
No, but I have got a coop.
Ooh.
Pigs are next because I want truffles. But now I prioritised getting the horse so I can run around a lot. But the problem is when you get the horse, it vibrates every time you move, and that runs down the battery of the Switch really quickly. Like being on the horse runs out the Switch just dies when you've got the horse.
I'm sure you can turn that off.
Why would I do that?
Exactly.
Yeah. There's no. I'm not. No. Why are we even fighting this war if we're gonna have to turn off the vibrate when you get on the horse? No. So yeah, do you know what? I'd love to do games, other games, and just talk. We were discussing in the last Q&A how we might structure that, and I think that's a goer. Actually, I think that's quite a good idea.
I think we should do it.
Yeah,
I'd love to.
I'd quite like to do that. I think just one-off like semi-review roundups of a game at a time, where you actually say what you think about it in the title, and that's like the hook.
Yeah.
So the hook isn't like a review of blah blah blah. The hook is like. This is great, or this is terrible, or this games company have fallen down the rabbit hole. With this, that kind of thing. I think that'd be. I think that we could make that work.
I think so.
Yeah, and it would set the tone for the whole video. Yeah, I think it'd be cool.
It is forthcoming.
Yeah.
So
monthly random stream games would be fun to watch. Yeah, totally. I guess that's how, because that's the thing, because at the moment, with all the time it takes, as we were just discussing, to create all the other videos, it's just finding the time to play other games, and streaming is the way that other YouTubers do it.
It's true.
I think that would be how it would have to happen.
Yeah. So,
new PC, we thought we had a way to pay for it, but that fell through.
Yeah.
And also, that's how we're going to pay for a lot of the wedding as well.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. We were going to work with some really cool people who, it wasn't even like a sponsorship thing. They were going to literally pay us to be part of their thing. And they're massive, and you've heard of them, and they're great. And we will still work with them.
Yeah,
but just not on this one particular thing that we were going to.
Yeah.
But yes, anyway. And that was going to pay for the new PC, but as it is, just having to put some money aside all the time. Once that is go, streaming is going to happen big time.
Totes,
mate. It's going to be so good.
Totes, mate.
Mostly so I can show off the new PC, which will look incredible.
Yeah.
It's going to be so big and shiny.
Last question from Otto. Are you guys the best?
You are.
Thanks.
Yeah, 50% of us are the best.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's back.
Oh, he's
also,
back.
I'm having a disagreement with my brother. How would you guys feel about a tank spec that's less about taking the punch to the face and is more based on like illusions and tricking the boss into attacking fake copies and then reflect damage back onto them at a reduced amount kind of thing? I think it's a fun idea personally. Yes.
Into it.
Yes.
Yeah, I love the idea of a tank that's... Well, you're still getting the brunt of the damage.
Yeah.
It's just in a different playstyle.
People have always talked about like
exciting.
a ranged tank spec, which
Yeah.
would be really cool.
Yeah.
But probably wouldn't work with WoW mechanics. But that kind of thing, which is based on illusions.
Illusions would be amazing.
Is that how you could have a bard class? Being a tank spec?
I don't know, but listening to this made me think of Critical Role and Jester, how she has her double.
I think that could really work.
Yeah.
I think that'd be really cool. And also, because you've got to think about what the next classes could be and how that could tie in.
Mm-hmm.
I think Bard is a guaranteed.
You just are biased towards
No,
bards.
but I also think Tinker is one of those ones that people talk about a lot.
True.
And that could be really cool because that could be kind of like the double thing, but it's like robots that you're making and stuff.
Yeah.
And like that kind of thing.
Ooh.
I think that's a total goer. Yeah, we're on your side, Otto. I think it's a great idea.
Totally.
And we'll discuss it properly sometime.
Great.
I think that's awesome. Let's do one more. From James Cote. Will you guys do a video regarding the Mage Tower and your experience working through the different challenges? Is there something that both of you enjoy doing? Is that something that both of you enjoy doing? I'm currently 19 out of 36 appearances. This was 2 months ago. He's probably done and dusted. He's probably in the Bahamas now, celebrating like, I don't need to do Mage Tower ever again. I've done them all.
Well, I don't need to do Mage Tower ever because I just don't need to. Ever.
You just don't do it, do
I
you?
just don't
Have
do
you
it.
ever done it? Did you do like one free try?
Yeah. I've done a couple of tries and maybe
Like
I
right
was
at the
low
beginning?
level, right when it came out because I was like, I gotta do this. And then of course I got slammed. And I held up for a couple more tries and I haven't gone back. I think I got too burned.
That's a shame.
Yeah, it's not for me, but I understand how it is definitely for some other people.
Me included.
Yeah.
I adore it. I think it's like genuinely. Obviously, Mythic Plus is the big, amazing thing that happened this expansion, which has revolutionized the game.
Yeah.
But if I'm actually being totally honest, I think I even prefer Mage Tower to Mythic Plus.
I can see.
I love how
play
you
a lot
can't
of Mage
always
Tower.
do it.
Yeah.
So when it pops up, you're like,
like,
oh, it's up, everyone. Got to do my Mage Tower. And you can not get it done, and it will be over for another week or so. I love that it's. And even though it is the same challenge for lots of specs, it is different for every spec. And some specs have it a lot easier. I love that. I love that kind of differentiation between it and stuff as well. It's just great. I just think it's solid, brilliant, one-player content, solo content. And you get a genuinely good reward for it as well. Like an artifact appearance, which is unique and awesome.
Except for the Marksmanship Hunter one,
that
which
blows,
sucks.
man. Sucks. I mean, I guess it would work on some very specific transmogs.
Yeah.
So for some people, it's like the thing they've been waiting for their whole lives.
Yeah.
Not you, though.
I love flowers, but it's just...
Now, don't get me wrong. I love flowers.
Yeah, it's just not... It doesn't entice me enough.
No.
You know, if I mained a druid, yeah, I would do it.
Luckily, I'm past the days where it took literally about 50 to 70 tries to get one done. Because that was me for quite a few of them.
I remember
fairness.
the beginning.
Well, oh my god, the Disc Priest one, which I was trying to do at 898 or something.
Oh my god. How many tries did it take you in the end?
Well over 70. And I didn't actually get it until I was 904 equipped. Because I just didn't have the DPS. Just couldn't do it.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
No.
Well, clearly somebody does, but I don't.
I felt so good when I got it.
Yeah, you did.
And
you were really pleased with
I've done
yourself.
that same challenge on two other specs now as well. Or maybe just one other spec, actually. Can't remember. But, and like, that's the thing, when you've done a challenge on a spec, it's so much easier when you go back.
Yeah.
Like, the last one I did was the on Holy Death Night, and I walked in there and it was down in like 5 tries because I just knew the Imp Mother challenge so well.
Yeah.
And it's one of the easier challenges anyway. Because I busted my face against that challenge.
You did.
With the first one I tried it on was Elemental Shaman, so hard, And that one took me about 40 tries, even though it's quite an easy challenge for the Elemental Shaman. But all the other ones I've kind of walked then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just love it. I think it's so great. I just feel so good when it comes up.
Yeah.
To the extent where I feel bad if a Mage Tower comes up and goes and I haven't done it.
You haven't done it. Oh.
Yeah. I won't do all of them because I honestly can't see myself doing the Rogue specs.
Yeah,
because Rogue is a class that for some reason I just really don't enjoy in Legion.
Oh.
All the other like specs, I even Feral, which is unlike me.
Yeah.
I really like all of them, and with Rogue I just can't. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try race changing my Rogue to something with a cooler model.
Maybe that'll help.
Yeah.
I think we should just answer the
I was just thinking the same thing,
yeah. Because it's already kind of come up on the screen.
Megan.
From Megan Eubanks. Will you guys get a cat now? I think that's how you get to 1 million subs.
I think you're probably right.
Megan, I think you're absolutely right.
And what sort of cat would you get if we got a cat?
A Scottish Fold.
They're so cute.
They're so cute. I don't want an energetic cat. I want
no.
I want a lazy cat.
Yeah.
That isn't gonna wreak havoc on my life.
I'd like a nice little tortoiseshell cat.
Yeah, can he be a lazy one?
Oh, I insist.
Okay.
Yeah, totally.
Big, lazy. Oh,
yeah. It's so good. All YouTubers have cats.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the law.
You know Simon and Martina, who are the people in Japan. I think I've told you about them. They're a YouTube channel I like. They have a beautiful, chubby, lazy cat in Japan, and it just is. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it so much.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Look forward to that.
Yeah.
Yes, Megan, we will definitely get a cat. We might even name it Megan. Who knows?
Oh.
If it's a girl, we'll see.
Come here, Megan Eubanks.
We're going to call it Megan Eubanks. And Megan Eubanks will be like, I really wish I'd never had that. This is the worst thing that's ever happened in my life. And there, guys, we're going to leave it because it's been over an hour. Sorry. Oh, it always goes on and on and on and on, doesn't it?
No.
Sorry, but we made a good dent in those questions today.
Yeah,
we'll try and get the next one done as soon as possible. The script for the new essay video is done, but I don't want to get caught out with the weekly reset this week, so I think we're going to leave recording it until next week. And because, apart from anything, we've got 2,000 entries for the Argus competition to go through.
Sorry, I don't know if you heard that. We got 2,000 entries.
2,000 people sat down
emails.
at Photoshop and made that meme.
2,000. I don't know how we're going to go through them because they all deserve attention.
Yeah, but obviously we can't do that. We're going to have to literally give each one a second, and it's still going to take hours.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to just create a folder where we can, if something is like astoundingly good, just put it through like that. But, and because the thing is...
What have we done?
Well, the thing is, like, there are only about 6 words that actually rhyme with maker. So, obviously, there's only about 6 different things that people have done. No. So, it really is just finding the best example of Argus the Shaker, or Argus the Debater, or Argus the whatever. Like,
Argus the Creator.
Yeah. Wow. I know. It's going to be great, though, because we're going to hate it by the end. But also, it's going to take us literally hours to go through that. So, want to start working on the weekly reset well in advance this week so we can get it out. Totally. And then hopefully the new essay video will be out a bit sooner, and hopefully we'll get another essay video out. So hopefully there'll be 3 videos next week.
Totes.
Hopefully. Maybe not, but hopefully that's the plan. Because we just don't want to miss the weekly reset this week.
No, we don't.
So, boom. Guys, thank you for joining us for this Q&A. You queued.
We ate.
All was well. Always as it should be. Until next time, from me, Taliesin.
And me, Evitel.
Cheerio.